Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? Show is. It is
Yep.
afternoon. And
Yep.
it's Thursday, August the 2026. August is flying. Welcome to day 4 of the Critical Conversations Revival. I've been going live every day this week around lunchtime, and we have had some amazing conversations from manhood to sisterhood to how desperation can lead to devastation. And now we land on love. Can you woo, woo, woo? Can you woo, 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 woo? Can you woo her? Huh? Can you woo that girl? So come on in. My brother is here. The one and only Professor Frederick Beatty
Professor.
is in the building. And if any of y'all know about our tag teams, we go in. We are very transparent. We don't always agree, but there's always mutual respect. This is my brother. He is a major reason why I'm even doing what I'm doing today, the way that I'm doing it. Shout out to Trailblazers Radio for giving a girl a chance 5.5 years ago. I am grateful. And this is my brother. This is my bro. I think I'm older than you. Am I the big sister? And you little brother? I'm 51.
You little sister. I'm 54.
Okay, so he's my big brother. So one thing that we have both been talking about on our own perspective or respective platforms is this whole thing about dating, love, and relationships. And I'm just gonna say, fasten your seatbelt. This is gonna be a real good conversation. Go ahead and tag and share. Welcome to Critical Conversations. I'm gonna go ahead and share right now because I want you all to get in the room for this. This is gonna be really good. This is gonna be an open, non-antagonistic conversation. I think it's important for us to always set the groundwork where male and female can come together respectfully to discuss what we feel we need in a relationship, because our needs are different. What I might need may not be what Fred might need in his relationship. And even from woman to woman, it can be different. From man to man, it could be different. Hey, cousin, you in here, girl? She been revivaling with me all week. I just love you. Go ahead and share, y'all. Get some people in here. And even if you're married, you can still have expectations, standards. We're not excluding the married people. Hi, Brother Frederick Williams. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming through. So, love has multiple perspectives. We are all individuals. We see love through the lens of our lives, through our experiences, through past marriages, maybe. So this lens that we see love and dating through is individual to the person. There is no cookie cutter. Follow this recipe: 2 eggs, butter, milk. It's not a cake that you can just make and have a perfect relationship. Each recipe, everyone's ingredients of what they feel are the non-negotiables, the standards, expectations are going to be different. Right. And I think we have to start with that as a premise because we are different in so many ways. That's so true. I'm going to allow the Frederick Beatty introduce himself and tell a little bit about where you are in the dating stage, and then we're going to just dive right in. Everybody, please tag and share, and thank you for being here today. All right, bro, you got the floor.
Well, good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are.
Wherever he is.
My name is Frederick Beatty, and as my sister so eloquently and so perfectly put it,
thank you.
I am a podcast owner. I own Trailblazer Radio. However, I'm what I do, or what I like to do with my platform is just to bring forth conversations. It's not to be antagonistic or anything like that, but to bring truthful and meaningful conversations forward to the space. dating space, whether it dating space or how we get along with each other and
Mhm.
everything and things of that nature. Now, my current thing in the dating scene, I'm talking with someone, but I'm taking it one day at a time. Out here is out here in the wild is out here in the wild is wild.
Wow. Wow, wow, West.
Yeah, out here in the wild is wild. So I mean, it's sometimes you want to pack up your bag and take your ball and go home. However, sometimes you just have to just stay on the court and play the game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true, bro. That's true. So I feel like to start out, I wanted us to just discuss what's the difference between expectations and standards. And I asked the wonderful chat GPT, why not? That's what we use it for, right?
Right?
So let me see what it says. Standards are your non negotiables, they are qualities, behaviors, and values you decide you need in a healthy relationship. Okay, so put that in one perspective. I require honesty, for example. Someone may
Right.
say, I don't want to be disrespected. I need someone who communicates. That's me. I need to talk to
Right.
you and not always texting. I need to talk to you in your face, pupils to pupils. Some of
Right.
us may say faith and shared values are important. I love God. You don't love God. What's wrong with you? So
Oh
I
man.
may I may have a problem with someone. Not may. I will not be able to date someone who does not love God. Am I
Right.
asking you to go to church every single Sunday in your 81-piece suit with a jerry curl and a gold chain and a pimp stick? No,
Mm,
no. But I'm asking what I put to the at the table. Have you confessed Christ? Are you at least trying to make a concentrated effort to live this thing and walk this thing? Do you believe in the Bible from Genesis to Revelation and everything in between? You ain't got to be Church of God in Christ. You ain't got to be Pentecostal, but we got to have some type of common ground. Standard might be I need someone that's emotionally safe to me. Oh,
mm,
wow. Now, standards. That's standards. Now, expectations is what you believe should happen. I
mhm.
expect this to go this way with you. I expect you to have this. I expect you. They're assumptions. Expectations can be assumptions or hopes about how someone will behave or how
Mhm.
the relationship will unfold. Examples: if they love me, they'll always know what's wrong.
Right.
Mm. They
Hmm.
should text me every morning and say, good morning, beautiful angel, angel of mine.
Uh,
They should
yeah.
automatically understand what I need. If we're serious, marriage should happen within a year and 7 months, 6 weeks, and 3 days, 2 hours, and 26 seconds.
Holy crap.
Yeah, those are expectations. Cousin says standards are non-negotiables. Yes, expectations is what you believe. Now, when you get into belief, we're getting into subjectivity. We're getting
Yep.
into my belief system versus yours. We're getting into how I was raised. We're getting into what mama said. The fairy tale song by Anita Baker.
Yep.
She spoke about happy endings and tucked me in real tight. She turned my night light on and kissed my face goodnight. Yeah,
Mm,
expectations can get hot, cousin. So, Fred,
hmm.
the difference between the standards and expectations. First of all, is it wrong, Fred Beatty, to
No,
step into a dating situation with either one?
I think that you have to have both in order to establish something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the expectations are I call those more or less they're the subjective things. Those are a specific prediction of how someone should behave around you. The standards are what most people will call non-negotiables. Of
Right.
course, everyone's going to come in with non-negotiables. Now,
I hope so.
whether or not that person is going to meet those non-negotiables is very much subjective. Some people have extremely high standards, which some people won't ever meet.
My Lord.
And then some people have extremely low standards, which the average layperson could meet.
Okay.
And I think when we talk about standards, I think there should be some form of a middle ground, somewhere. Okay, your standards may be like up here, but then you lower them. When someone lowers their standards, then they're dropping boundaries. They're dropping boundaries. They're also dropping points of safety for them.
Yes.
Now, expectations, I mean, someone can either meet them, or someone can either meet them, exceed them, or they just won't meet them at all. And that should be taken into account too. If someone can't meet your expectations, or they can't at least make an attempt to try to meet your expectations, should that be a warning sign? Should that be a red flag? Should that be something that you should kind of look into and say, hey, you can't meet my expectations, so we're gonna take a different route.
It sounds transactional, and I had a brother tell me that on one of my posts. You're transactional, or you make this sound transactional. Here's my response to that statement. It's gonna be transactional until we have a relationship, and then it becomes relational. If I don't know you, have never spent time with you, everything we do can seem like a transaction or an exchange or a task. It can seem a little stoic in the beginning because I don't know you very well. We are not in a committed relationship. We have to get through that, I hate to call it awkwardness, but that beginning stage, that getting to know stage, to even tap into the what could be, the possibilities, the open doors. I feel something here. There's a little flutter here. I enjoy their conversation. I enjoy their company. You have to transition into that. Hey, Quint. So in the beginning, maybe it is transactional. I don't know you. You don't know me. What do you think about that statement, Fred?
Our relationship,
transactional.
Any type of relationship, whether it's any type of interpersonal relationship, at least in my opinion, is transactional. Okay. Every relationship operates on a concept of equivalent exchange.
Okay.
So, and let me break this down for people who don't.
Break it down.
Let me break this down for people who don't know. Now, I personally heard the concept from an anime called Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay.
The concept works as such. And it's based on a concept of alchemy. So in order to receive something, you must also give up something.
Okay.
That is equivalent exchange. If I'm asking for, this translates into relationships as well.
Okay.
If I'm asking you for time, then what is it that you have? What is it that you have to give up? Your time.
Right.
If I'm asking you for safety or space or anything like that, what do you have to give up? Space.
Right.
If I'm asking you to share space, what do you have to give up? A part of your space.
Yeah.
So those things, of course, things are going to be transactional, but what relationship, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a romantic relationship, what relationship is not transactional? Everybody says that relationships are not transactional. So I've heard relationships aren't transactional. Yeah, they are. You're giving up a part of your time to speak with someone on the phone or to FaceTime them You're giving up a part of you. You're giving up some financial commitment. You're giving up some of your financials to take this person out on a date.
Yeah.
So there's a transaction in all that. So you are
That's
giving
true.
up something to obtain something.
And I think that isn't that if you want something meaningful, you want it to last, you want it to work, what are you willing, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to sacrifice? Because my thing is what you just said, sacrificing time, sacrificing financials. If your intention is a companion, is marriage, is love and commitment, you got to get to that point in some way. And these transactions, I hate to make it sound like a banking system, like withdrawal slip, put it in a little round container and send it back to the teller kind of thing. But what you put into it is kind of what you get out of it. So if you're trying to withdraw from an account that is not full of something that is in the green, you're not going to get much. If you're not depositing time, if you're not depositing space, if you're not depositing vulnerability, if you're not depositing awareness or the intent to see a person beyond their physical into who they truly are, into their character, if you're not willing to take that time, why would you expect that in return? You can't just keep withdrawing.
Right. But
and you're not depositing. And then the transactional part in the beginning of a dating process, the communication about the transaction or lack of is what's the deal breaker for me. So I put a couple of posts out there. Now I know when I strike a nerve with my brother, he gonna be like, what is this girl talking about? Because he gonna be like, okay. And I don't like it to sound transactional, but for number one, I've been married before.
Yep.
And maybe that does change how you see dating. Number two, I'm now at 51, finally seeing that I'm worth something. That I don't have to buy a man's affections.
Right.
I shouldn't have to deplete my bank account to say, I want to be with you.
Right.
So excuse me if it may sound shallow to some, but I made it clear in my post. If I'm picking you up and I have picked you up for 5 consecutive dates, okay, and you have not once said, Tanya, girl, pull over to the BP. Let me fill you up because you drive a long way from me. I live in the country. Most of the people who I communicate with do not live near me. So if I'm coming to get you, I don't mind driving, but if I'm doing that, the least I would think he can do is offer.
Oh boy.
To put some gas in the car.
No, not laughing at you, but I saw a comment, but we'll address that in a minute. But
I'm just saying.
I get you on that. If you're doing that and they're not offering anything, yeah, that's the comment I want to address a bit. Not true, man. Not true, ma'am.
So you don't think the men should set the tone? You think they both should?
Yes.
Break it down.
I'm not gonna be the only tone setter.
Okay.
If I know what I want, and I'm approaching you in that manner, then you should also know what you want, and you should be approaching me in that manner. No one person sets the tone in a relationship, or even in the process of pursuit. What, and like I say, what he wants, he should be showing. What she wants, she should be showing. That is never a one way. That is never a one way road. A one way road. That is a two way street. We don't. I don't travel one way roads.
Okay, Day, you want the link? I'm gonna send you the link. So that's a good point, but let's go how I was raised. And that may be a societal construct. We can break that down.
Right.
Let me send my niece this link.
Okay.
In my childhood, there was always a castle. There was a king and a queen. Young girls were raised to believe that as long as you are pretty and sweet and angelic, that this prince would ride up with a big sunset behind him on the most beautiful horse. Huh? A black stallion. He would ride through, right on, King Jesus. Yeah, God. He would swoop that damsel up with her long flowing blonde hair and whisk her away in the sunlight to the castle, create beautiful heirs and heiresses. And he would be the one that shows her the queen she is. We were
Right.
groomed to be prepared for a manly man. He would provide everything. He would go out in the wild, in the jungle, and he would hunt, and he would fish, and he would bring back sharks and free willies, and he would feed the family, and all she'd have to do is bear his children. Are you saying the man should not set the tone for our life to come, dear Frederick?
He should, but there are there should. Yes, he should. However, comma hard comma, there should not
Mhm.
be this. I mean, well, first of all, what you mentioned sounds like straight off of Cinderella or Snow White.
Yeah, it does.
We live in 2020. We live in 2026.
And do.
The the trad wife or the trad man is kind of something more of a dinosaur now.
Mm.
Now, that's not to say that that's not to say that they don't exist, because they
Okay.
do. But the trad wife and the trad man, trad husband, those are dinosaurs. And of course, most women want a manly man. However,
Yes, Quinn.
my question to those women who want a manly man is this: do you even know what that is?
That's a very good question. Okay, Quint.
Because if you
Tell us what you think a manly man. Everybody, every woman, can you put in the comments what is a manly man? Now, what do you think that is? Is that an alpha male? Is that a provider? What is that to Frederick Beatty?
So alpha and beta males, that concept does not exist to me.
Okay.
That concept does not exist. That's
true.
A mentality based upon pack animal behavior. We as human beings, we are we are not pack animals.
Mm-hmm.
We are social creatures. Pack animals are also social creatures, but they also live in a social system that allows for alpha and betas. Now, a manly man to me is someone who is, number one, is emotionally intelligent. Number one.
I like that. Emotional intelligence, y'all. Number one.
Very secure in who he is as a person, and also as a human being. Able to express himself clearly and succinctly.
I like that.
Secure in his own nature as a man. Knows what he has to do as far as getting things done.
Okay.
A manly man is also someone. Well, a man to me is someone who's also very inquisitive and also very curious.
Okay.
It doesn't now. Manly man doesn't always involve toughness.
Or hyper masculinity.
It doesn't involve that. It doesn't involve that bravado, all that unnecessary bravado. A manly man to me is someone who is strong and tough when the situation calls for it.
Okay.
A manly man is someone who understands conflict, but also understands resolution.
I
A
like
man
that, Fred.
a man understands how to use his words instead of his fist.
Ooh,
Okay.
definitely. Definitely.
So that's my definition of a man. But it's also the definition based upon the example of the man that I saw in my life, which is my father.
Very good point.
And the uncles that live, and the uncles that I saw in conjunction with that.
Okay. Well, let me go to a couple comments, and then we're gonna bring my niece Pooh into the conversation. So Quint, she put in the comments what she felt that was a man that can take charge, a man that can provide, a man that can step up in time of trouble, a man that is not afraid to show his feelings, a man she doesn't have to babysit. She said, not a brat. Okay. And she said, all of that is lovely to say, but a lot, and I said, a lot of men do not show what you are speaking. And my cousin says, Fred, you just described my father. Wow. Wow. Everything you said, Fred, is what I would want. Can you respond to what Quint's definition is? Is there anything that you don't feel would be a manly man characteristic? Taking charge, providing, stepping up in time of trouble, not being afraid to show feelings, not needing a babysitter, and not being a brat.
I agree. The brat part, and the babysit part, we could omit. Because we are grown ass people. Why I need to babysit you?
Okay.
And
so
there's a lot of men out here.
Go ahead.
Men out here feel as if it's woman's job to completely take care of it in a relationship for both people to take care of each other, but it's just in different ways.
Yes.
Everybody loves differently. If you're your mama, then you need to go stage left. Remember when I said it's the job of a man to set the relationship. The man he's supposed to be the pursuer. He's supposed to be the one that comes to her to say, okay, this is what whatever the case. See where your intentions see if your intentions to maintain the tone of that relationship should be both people.
Okay.
Be both people. So if we both say my intent here is this, okay, I have the same intent. They're moving forward as getting to know you as the relationship is progressing and things of that nature. It's up to both people to maintain it. If your intent is when you set the tone is here. If you become if we're here in the beginning, if you're right here with me and we're here, but then you start going like this, but I'm here, I have a problem with that.
Me too.
I'm gonna meet you right where you're at.
Right.
And if you up here and you bring it down here and I'm up here for a while and you don't want to come back up with me while I'm picking up your slack, I'm gonna go like this. Go ahead right on out.
Right.
Go ahead right on, because you're supposed to lead. And I'm not saying every single responsibility is on you. Absolutely not.
Right.
But you are supposed to know what you want going into the situation. And as a woman, okay, this is what you want. I see where you at. Let me tell you if I'm interested or not. Let me tell you where I'm at. We both have a decision to make.
True.
When it comes to that, anybody that's gonna be inconsistent with me. Anybody that's gonna say, "This is where we're at," but then you gonna bring me elsewhere later on. You got to know who you are when you babysit you. I should not have to chase after you for you to say, this is what I want and how I want it.
You might have lost Day for a minute thinking about her connection. So let's go back to that.
Here's where intelligence gathering comes. Here's where intelligence gathering comes in.
The dating process is intelligence gathering. Yes.
Here's where the intelligence gathering comes in, because now you're trying to get intel on somebody, trying to find out who they are, what they are, how they are, how they operate. You gather enough intelligence to make you gather enough intelligence to make an, for lack of a better word, intelligent decision.
Yes.
And and then you make recommendations based upon that, based upon what the information that you've gathered. If the information is sound and is when it's something that you can act upon, then of course you're going to move forward. But if it's not sound and you don't act upon it, and if it's not sound and you're not going to act upon it, and you're gonna sit on it a little while, and you're gonna have you're gonna have this wait and see type things, because now you want to know what this is and what it is not.
But let's go back to what she said about the pursuing part. If you're going from the biblical perspective, and if you're dating with the intention of marriage, he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
True.
And that to me sounds like there's some tone setting. But to Day-Day's point, there's an initial pursuit, not so much of a Tom and Jerry chasing, because sometimes when I hear the word pursuit, I see episodes of the cartoon Tom and Jerry, and it's like, look here, or Road Runner and a Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
So I understand that, and I've been taught that that's true too, that the man knows what he wants or sees who he thinks he wants and will make a move of some sort to say, hi, how you doing? I'd like to get to know you better. Let me get her back in here. Hold on one second. Okay. I'd like to get to know you better. And then something goes from there. But Fred, are you saying you feel like the man is not responsible for that initial pursuit? What's your stance on that?
No, I believe that a man should pursue. Okay. I believe that a man should pursue. However, again, I say this subjectively, not objectively.
Okay.
If two people are interested into each other, they both should be pursuing each other. That's okay. I look at, of course, it's the biblical thing, but I also look at it from a common sense perspective too. I'm pursuing you. If you're showing interest in me, then you're pursuing me too, which means we're both setting the tone. We're both setting dates. We're both setting time to spend with each other.
Okay.
Now, of course, the lion's share of that is going to be on me because I'm the hunter. Mm-hmm. So of course, the lion's share of that is going to be on me. But and it's not it's not going to be a 50-50 thing. It should be a little bit more. I'll say 75-25, 75-25 perhaps.
And it could be situational. I mean, once you get to a point where both people agree that there is something here they're willing to pursue, both people should be actively participating in the dating.
Yep.
My situation and what I've been thinking about over the last few months is and I think they kind of alluded to this too. If I am the only one saying, hey, let's see each other. Hey, are you busy on next Friday? Hey, how's your schedule looking? If I'm the only one doing that, now you're making me feel as though you're no longer interested. Don't fall back. And I think Quint said something earlier about not wanting to be the dominant person in the relationship. Let me try to find that comment, because I am an assertive woman. I have a strong personality. I know what I want. And some people see that assertiveness as aggression and will back up. Well, I figure Tanya gonna plan a date. Don't do that to me, sir. Don't retreat, because I'll bounce. If I'm giving you hints that I want to see you and you're not throwing the same kind of hints that you want to see me, then no, I'm not doing that. And that to me is both people pursuing each other. We should be discussing what are we going to do together? Are we going to go out? Are we going to watch a movie, go to the show? Are we going to, so if at first it's always me, and I specifically fall back to see if you don't step up and you don't, then in my mind, he's no longer into me, or he's waiting on me. Don't wait on me. Don't do that. Don't do that. If that man wants to see that woman and she's been the one historically setting up dates, picking you up, all that kind of stuff, and you're not reciprocating, that's going to make me feel like I am Tom chasing Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
I am the coyote chasing Roadrunner. Beep, beep. No. I don't like that feeling, Fred. I don't.
Well, I mean, again, we live in a time now where women actually do shoot their shot.
Okay.
I mean, they shoot their shot.
Okay.
Now, what you just mentioned about, you're the one always playing one person always planning all the dates and all the gatherings and things of that nature, and there's nothing on the other end of that, meaning the other person planning a date or two, or even showing interest that they want to spend time. That, to me, that's a red ass flag. If I'm spending, I'm doing it. So one thing that I realized, and this is in being in talking with someone who didn't understand risk and responsibility. If we're pursuing each other, if I'm pursuing you, I understand the risk and the responsibility that goes into that. And to the opposite of that, the person that's pursuing me or understands that same risk and that same responsibility. There's financial risk, there's emotional risk, there's mental risk, there's financial responsibility, there's emotional and mental responsibility, not to mention the other risk and responsibilities that go along with that. Both people should incur the same amount of risk. And if you're pursuing someone and that person isn't incurring the same amount of risk,
okay,
or in my case, I'm the one incurring the and all the financial and the emotional and the mental risk, and you're just the benefactor of it, then hell yeah, I'm bouncing.
Okay.
I'm gone because I can't do that.
Right. I get that.
And if we don't, I think, because this is just only an opinion of mine. I think when we understand what that is and what that means, I think a lot of us and I hate to put this in this bubble, but I have to, because we're the ones that are, us as Black men and women are the ones that are most impacted by this.
So it seems.
Yeah, so it seems. There could be other races of men and women who are impacted by this, but from someone that's seeing all this on social media and things of that nature, we're the main ones that take that ingest all of this stuff. I think when we understand what risk and what responsibility are, and then we also understand what our standards are, what our personal standards are, and what our personal expectations are, not only of the person that we're pursuing, but also from ourselves, I think we'll understand each other better. But we have to be able to understand what those are for ourselves first, before we can even impose anything on any one person.
Well, let's stay there. That's a good segue into, what do you want? Do we know? Are we secure in what we want? And is that consistent with what we're able to give?
Right.
Because when you want what you're not able to give, that's where things can get a little lopsided and seem unfair. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this when it comes to the pursuing part. As a woman, I like to feel as though I am being pursued to a point that there is a level of interest, that you see something in me that makes you want to get to know me better.
Right.
Okay. If I don't feel that from you, and that can come from a phone call, it can come from a text, it can come from, hey, was thinking about you. You think you may be able to do lunch? I know you work from home or whatever, but You think you may be able to do lunch? You think you may be able to do a bite to eat? I know you live in no man's land. I live over here, but can I meet you halfway? Ladies and gentlemen, we don't always live in the same neighborhood as those we want to date. So if you know the woman lives a long way and you have a working, reliable vehicular, you can always say, well, what's halfway between Detroit and Belleville, or between Ann Arbor and Clarkston, where we can meet up, have a cup of coffee, grab a bite, because I saw the video with, I can't think of the man's name that has a real popular podcast. It'll come to me. But the lady was saying your first date probably shouldn't be super expensive. Maybe the first date should be coffee or a smoothie, as opposed to trying to go get, steak and shrimp, and then trying to figure out this large bill expenditure. Maybe it should be more casual. For one, I don't go nowhere without funds. I don't assume that the man is going to pay for me. Now, it's nice to be treated, but I don't assume that man's going to pay for me. I don't go anywhere. I do not leave this home without some kind of fundamentals. Even if it ain't but $5 in quarters.
Look.
So I'm not going to be at a table embarrassed, because the video showed the lady, she's a comedian. She said her date was with her. There were some friends with her. The bill got discounted from $300 to $40. That's a nice, healthy discount. And she looked at him and said, sweetheart, can you handle that? He brings out his card. The card declines. She's waiting on him to say, oh, I got the cash. He looking like, I can't do it. So she said she never saw him again after that. And you may think that that's shallow, but I don't go nowhere without nothing. Should they have talked about who was going to cover the date? I don't know. What you think about that, Fred?
Some form of conversation should have been had, at least to know what the expectation was.
What's the expectation?
And we're going out on this date together. Am I covering the date, or are we going Dutch? That's gonna be the question. Are we going somewhere? Are we going somewhere that's more casual, more laid back, or are we going somewhere that's more upscale? That's another question. That's another question I'm going to ask, because these are questions I need to know. So that way I can set myself up for, number one, success, but also number two, to not be blindsided.
That's a good point, cousin. If he asked her out, if a person asks you out, then you should be able to assume they're going to pay. If I ask, and I have done this before, and I don't have a problem with that. If I meet someone and I say, hey, I want to take you to lunch, he should assume that if I invited him, I'm going to pay. Now, what he can do, if he's a gentleman, he can offer to leave the tip. I've done that. But if I invite you, even as a friend, if I'm in town, bro, I say, bro, handle that. I'm in town. Let's go get some chicken and waffles. He should know that his sister is going to cover the bill. And I'm prepared to cover the entire bill.
And I got the tip.
See? So in that sense, there should be some level of teamwork. Cousin says she don't mind paying. But the thing is, if I'm asking, I'm definitely going to. If he's asking, when you get down to the it can be a little awkward sometimes when you're dealing with a person on who pays for what, especially if you're dating an older person. Many of us have fixed incomes. They only make so much money. I never assume that the person is going to pay for every date.
Right.
We all out here hustling, unless you're dating, a Rockefeller or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're dating a normal person and that person that you know is on a fixed income, which we all kind of on a fixed income, we only make so much per hour. It's fixed. So I go into it thinking I don't want to break the bank. And maybe I'm wrong for thinking that way, but I go into it thinking if he covers dinner, I got the movie.
Yep.
No extra thought involved. But then I also go back to the part of maybe we ought to be driving separate cars. Because if I'm driving, bro, put some petroleum in the tank.
Yeah.
I that's just how I feel. Now, one lady said, well, I don't go anywhere if I don't have enough gas. It ain't the point about me not, I don't either. The principle is I'm driving across town. I'm picking you up. You're in the driver's seat chilling. Then it's only right to say, okay, sweetheart, pull over. Let me put a couple dollars in the tank for you. Now, if I want to deny it or not, that's on me. But the offer to me shows we're a team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When I go out to somewhere, if someone takes me out, am I going to order the most expensive thing on the menu? No, that's just not even me. I want to eat good, but I'm not trying to, give me two of these, and my kids at home. Excuse me, waiter. I need 3 more of them chicken tenders because my kids at home. I don't expect this man to feed cheering. I ain't got no small kids, but I've seen videos like that. You want to be dated, and then you want him to carry out 4 more dinners for your children. You don't even know him like that.
I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that yet to be doing all that.
The
I got to get to know you.
collecting and discovery period. Dating is the observation time where you get to see what a person is like. Does it sound transactional? Yep, because it is. Until we get to a point of a smooth, this is good. I like them. Cousin said, me either, cousin. I'm not going to make another person break. I just can't. Now, if I get there and I notice that we get to the bill and you grab the bill and you got to fumble around like, yeah, the first card didn't work, second card didn't work.
That's why first dates should always be extremely modest.
I think so.
Let's meet at a mall or somewhere, or let's meet somewhere outside. Maybe a public park, or maybe even somewhere a nice popular place where everybody congregates. Let's do that first. And then
I think that's a good thing.
And then let's do a vibe check to see if we match.
I like that. A vibe check. Now, speaking of a vibe check, you get to the date and you don't feel a good vibe. I mean, either the conversation isn't good, you're not attracted to them physically, they come off a certain way that's not really conducive to what you want. How do you communicate that to the person without being rude and just walking out like, hell to the no?
Well, first of all, walking off is kind of rude, number one. Yeah. But secondly, you conclude the date, but then you also let the person know either right then and there, or you let them know through phone call or text, and then you say, hey, look, this ain't what it was, and ain't what I looked forward to or expected. This is you're a cool person, but nothing's really meshing. Nothing's really meshing. So we gotta bounce.
So here's what happened to me. The person told me, this was many years ago, I'm loving this. You are everything that I would want in a woman. We're definitely going to be going out again. I can't wait for our next date. But then after it was over, I heard nothing. And then when you said you've been rude, cousin, tell us about that. And so when I reached out, like, hi, remember me? Yeah, you were too big for me.
Oh,
Yeah, I really wasn't feeling you. I really So you lied and you wasted my time. I would have rather you said, you know what, I had a good dinner. I don't think that we're a match, but you know what? I wish you well. I'm sure you'll make someone very happy.
deceptive tactics.
Yeah.
We all do it. We all do it, and we've all failed. We've all failed for it. So.
And you just ghost me, but you sat up here and lied to my face. And just had all these plans. Oh, we're gonna do this. Oh, we're gonna do that. Oh.
No.
Just be honest.
Just say what it is, and then
I don't like dates. I'll be first dates can be awkward because it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes when you're meeting for the first time.
They're also scary.
I'm old. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
They're also scary. They could turn a normally calm person into a nervous wreck.
And you feel like you're on the balloon pop show. What's the thing on YouTube where they have the men with the balloons
Pop
and the
balloon
woman
of fine love?
out? What you call it?
Pop the balloon of fine love, man.
Something like that. And that's so. And she walks up to the first guy and the lady said, "Well, will you pop the balloon? Pop? Why? Well, I just think her butt's too big or it looks fake." Oh, and she says to the woman, "Wait, is he your type?" Well, nah, because he said she wasn't his type. Now she got to find something to say about him that's negative. I don't like his jewelry. He overdressed. I don't. It's real. It's ugly. I don't like that.
Superficial.
It's very superficial. I know it's for entertainment purposes. Cousin says she went stage left, and if I had to date again, I don't think I would do it. Well, good thing you ain't got to do that again.
I mean, for real.
I'm telling you, I would rather a person, let's go back, being a plus size woman, a plus size younger woman back in the day before people were more inclusive of big women. Back then, being big wasn't in for a lot of men, but I was very honest going into it about my size. We didn't have cell phones. I took wonderful pictures. We didn't have FaceTime, but I was very descriptive as far as without giving a number. And I hated when men would ask me how much I weigh. Maybe that's my own self-esteem. I don't know, but I figured if I say 320, you probably be like, click. I want you to see me because everybody carries weight differently. But I will always tell the person I'm a plus size woman. I never hid that I'm dark skinned. I don't call myself ugly at all. But I've had a man in my early years lie about his weight. He told me he was like 215, 250, whatever, teddy bearish like. And I went over to what was supposed to be his home, parked outside to talk to him. He came out, he probably was all of 450. Now, I'm big too, but the principle was, why would you lie? I'm going to see you. 250 to 450, bro, you can't compare that. That's a whole person in between. Why would you lie? He came over to my car, Fred, I'm not lying, and leaned in my window, and my car said, like and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying. I'm looking like, you told me you was 215 to 250. You came out here straight sumo wrestler.
You admitted a couple of 100 pounds, brother.
And you lied. And I would have liked you more if you was just honest. Then he was like, well, come in the house. We can talk in the house. I go to the door. He went in first. His mama come to the door. Who are you? He can't have no company. I'm like,
damn.
He is 30. Okay.
Oh my.
Okay. Goodness. Cousin says, I remember a guy told me I would be bad if I was a red bone. Oh my God. That's the time you had every right to exit stage left, right, north, south, east, or west. Because that's rude. I've had people say that you would be perfect. You got a pretty face. You got a pretty face. As if to say the rest of you, I could leave, but you're pretty. Wow.
Do you fall in love with a person? Do you fall in love with a person for their face, or do you fall in love with a person for their face, body, and plus personality?
I guess back then
what
it
are we
was
doing?
more, my body type didn't match. Well, you don't sound like you're fat. Because I'm not breathing hard. How you doing? My name's Tanya.
What the? Oh my God.
And that's why I had a 9-day rule. If we meet over the phone, we're going to meet in person in 9 days. Because I don't want you falling in love with no voice. I may sound like Halle Berry, but I'm more like rerun Fred Berry.
Well, I mean, you do got a voice like that, a voice that can lull somebody to sleep.
I just feel like I don't want to be nobody's phone buddy. It just sounds so good.
I get
Come
that.
on, it's time to say goodbye.
I mean, I get that. But what are we truly pursuing people for who they are and what we think they can be to us and what they could represent to us, or are we falling in love with someone based upon superficial looks?
And no. I guess fast forward to 2026, that's a good question. If you're my age, I would say any age, but when you get to this point in life, I mean, I do have preferences. Let me just be honest, because we can say we're not superficial, but we should still be at least remotely attracted to said person. Right. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, I'm not saying you have to be caramel brown, 5'11.3. You have to make 6 figures. You have to be muscle bound or bodybuilder. How would I want that? I'm not that. But I do want to be attracted to that person, Fred Beatty.
That's true. But again, are we looking just at that? Or are we going to look deeper?
I definitely look deeper.
I mean, nobody found gold by digging shallow.
True. Very true. So I guess in totality, we have to think about what our those expectations, standards, what they are. I don't care about size per se, but I like a person that's clean. I'm a big woman. I would never turn down a big man because he big.
Yeah.
I've had some big brothers tell me, girl, you big. I said, and you don't see yourself, sir.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid. Hey, Kool-Aid. You big too. Okay. I want someone that's clean. That's cousin, beauty does fade. It does. I want someone that's well kept, well spoken, kind, honest. I want someone that has some personality about them. I like to have a good time. I am that person that, spark my interest. If you want a woman that's just going to sit on the porch in the rocking chair with you and don't talk and just read a book, that's not Latanya Harris Gooden every day. Now I can have some rocking chair moments, but if you're pursuing me, you're probably going to want to come with a little bit more than that. Elder Rhonda says, well, you know my story. My husband saw me first, took my photo and did a 360 with it, saw all the sides.
Yeah.
So we got a comment. Are we pursuing people based on looks or deeper past physical appearance? Are we digging deeper? We should be digging, depending on who you are and what you want. If you out here just for a one night stand, you probably ain't looking deeper. Nope. If you out here for a sexual escapade, if you out here to sheet rumble, then maybe you only looking at 24, 34, 36 BBLs, CDLs, NFLs.
Yeah.
But attractive. If you are looking for, and I hear y'all brothers saying y'all want to be married, you want a life partner, and if that's what you're looking for, what are you willing to do to pursue that? Because I'm willing to pursue and be pursued, but show a person that I am interested.
Yeah.
If you're doing shy, brother, well, you know I'm shy. Well, closed mouths don't get fed. If you in the house 24/7, how you gonna go out and have a good time with somebody? You gonna do a mail bride? You gonna do an Amazon bride? That's not me. I want to enjoy. I want to travel. I'm gonna do movies, concerts. I'm gonna walk by the water. We can talk on the phone sometime, but I want to date me outside. Yes, they should be on the same page and having conversations.
Most definitely.
Having those conversations, going out and walking by the water, so what are your goals? What are your dreams? What do you do for a living? Do you have a big family or small family? You have any siblings? You have children? Those types of conversations will get more and more in depth, and you'll get to know if there's some compatibility. Do you think that's the case?
I think so. But I think, and I'll say this is not to be antagonistic or anything. I mean, I think some, not all women, they want the fancy steak dinner off the top and without the authentic and organic conversation. My thing is that if we're gonna do this, let's have an organic and authentic conversation first.
Organic and authentic.
Let's work up to the expensive dinners by going on.
Yeah.
Taking smaller bite-sized pieces of dates.
I like that.
Let's work up to that.
But I think that's a good idea, because some women, and I have seen this, there are some gold diggers out here. There's some shrimp and lobster tricks.
Yeah.
Either that's all they want is a meal. I'm not that woman. I am 51 years old. I got chicken in my freezer. I got salmon and shrimp in my freezer. I got hamburger helper on the shelf. Listen.
Yep.
This is not about food for me. I would like to break bread with someone that has some substance to them. And culturally, we do that. We sit down, we have a meal, we talk, we exchange. You go to a park, you walk around, you talk, you exchange. Yep. You go back and forth. How about this? What about that? And you get to know if this person is on the same page or at least in the same book.
Yep.
Yes, cousin, they think the world owes them something. They
Entitlement.
got 18 kids by 20 baby daddies, and they are looking for sponsorship opportunities. They mad if you take them to Cheesecake Factory. First of all, he picked you up. You took all day to comb that one little nap you got, and now you got the nerve to be shading him on Facebook because he took you to the Cheesecake Factory.
Be lucky he took you somewhere. Yeah, be lucky he took you somewhere at all.
So that there's a whole population of women that really are looking for sponsors. They're glorified
retirement plans. They're looking for
they're glorified whoremongers. I am a seasoned citizen. I have been married before, so my expectations might be a little different because I've gone through this process and I knew where I did things wrong then, and I want to do them right now. So the best advice Dr. Crystal Finishing gave me, make friends.
Yep.
Because if you allow loneliness and desperation to fuel your journey, you will lock in to the first thing smoking, think you in love, and you're not, and it won't work. But when you allow that thing to organically, authentically develop friendship, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Oh, you look nice. Okay, I enjoyed that movie with you. Just kind of ease on into it. Elder says, God knows my husband and I will be together because I can't do all this stuff with nobody. I just believe that there's a special person out there for everyone who wants a special person. Cousin says, my son is looking for a wife. I'm more frustrated than he is. Lord Jesus, we got to get out of here. Fred, I want to do this again.
Okay.
Where would you say, if you had to give a statement about your expectations, what are some of the things that you expect and what are some of your standards?
So expectations. So expectations are. I'll start with my expectations first. It's first of all, can we? And I actually just put it. I just actually just put it right there in the comment. Can we take the smaller dates to lead up to the bigger ones? Can we
Yes.
can we have an organic and authentic conversation so it can lead to more meaningful interactions? Those are my expectations. I want to have the smaller days because those smaller days lead up to the bigger ones. I want to have those organic
Mm.
and authentic conversations because those conversations are meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
And then which leads also to the more meaningful interactions.
Mm-hmm.
It'll lead to the tenderness. It'll lead to the closeness and those things of that nature.
Yes.
Now, again, my standards are a bit different than my expectations, but they go hand in hand.
Okay.
Now, my standards are, you know, I just generally just want you to be a nice person.
Okay.
Be a nice person. A godly woman, okay, that's cool. That's not necessarily a requirement for me. If you're spiritual, I'm okay with that. If you're religious, I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. But I do want you to be able to hold a conversation, an intelligent conversation.
An
You got,
intelligent conversation.
if you got one of my standards is that you have to be you have to be emotionally intelligent
Okay.
because I'm a person that's expressed that I try to be as expressive as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I want the person that I'm talking to kind of not say understand, but to be as emotionally intelligent as I am. You don't have to be on my level of it, but at least be on some level of it. Be open and available emotionally because there are gonna be times where
Open and available. I like that.
there are gonna be times where I'm gonna have something to say and I don't really have a sounding board outside of a pen and a piece of paper to use. I just want to be able to, can I come to you as someone that I'm speaking with, and can I come to you? Well, hell, the question is, are you a safe space?
Mm.
Can you be a safe space?
Mm-hmm.
So those are my standards. They're not there. Most people think that men have these outrageous standards, and as a man, I can say that a lot of us don't.
Okay.
One of the standards is that we want to be able to coexist. I want to coexist with a woman in peace. I know, but I also know what peace means for me, but in harmony. But harmony means different things to different people. So it depends on the day of the time you ask somebody what harmony means.
You mean to tell me men don't want a woman to have a butt so big that they can put a lawn chair on top of it and sit by the ocean?
That ain't me. I can't speak
You
for all
mean to tell me y'all don't want a woman that got boobers so long and that can stretch over 3 cities over?
Now we talking about suffocation. Jesus Christ.
Because I think a lot of women think that they're altering their bodies to appease y'all. Somebody must have told them they should be a video vixen.
You don't gotta do that. That's not a requirement. Not for me anyway. I'm not turned on by any of that. That's just
Okay.
That's superficial. Again, as we're both old, we're both much older people. We're much older people now.
Mm-hmm.
As I can say this as a younger person. When I was a younger person, oh yeah, superficial was all I was looking for. Oh yeah,
she's a bad man, Majama.
If you was at 36, 24, 36, and you had a nice rump. You got a nice rump. You got a nice rack. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get at you. But now as I've gotten older, and I've been married, and I've been in a couple of more relationships. Now I understand that all that stuff is like, Jesus, why?
Okay.
I mean, a person, like you said, a person can be attractive. You can be a person. If a person has to be attractive, you have to be attracted to the person to at least want to pursue them, right?
There has to be something there.
Yeah, but dig deeper.
Dig deeper.
You got to, because you want to know what that person's personality is, what their person's personality is like, what they, what their communication style is. Are they?
Yes.
Do they?
Yes.
Do they? Are they someone who runs towards a fire and with an extinguisher in hand, or is it someone they'll sit back and wait for someone else to do, wait for someone else to put out? I mean, those are things that you want to know.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, I am very easy to please. When it comes to standards, my spiritual standards, of course, I want someone that is a Christian, and not just a church attendee, but that really is trying to live the life the scriptures talk about. We're not perfect,
right?
But what I don't need is someone that's trying to make me sin. Don't come over here trying to live with me. I ain't perfect, but I don't want someone that's going to pull me into a life of fornication. I want to go out. I want to see the world. I want to go outside. I want to go to concerts. I want to go to dinner. I want to go to the movies. I want to talk. I want to have laughter. I'm a communications major, so communication is huge. My love language is talking. My love language is quality time. It is having an exchange that allows me to see you for who you truly are, as a person, to learn your story, to learn where you came from, to learn where you are and where you want to go in life, to see if we would make a good team. You know what I'm saying? Like team us, At 51, I do feel I always did I do that out loud? Because I feel like I'm attracted to older men, but you can't be an old man.
Oh wow, you can't be an OG.
Now you can be 60. You can be 65. But don't act 90. Don't call me with a bunch of fussing and a bunch of old man talk. Let's keep it youthful. Let's enjoy doing things that keep us both youthful. If you just no, older men. I love y'all. But no, honey, come on. Don't act old. You gotta have some youthfulness about you. I'm a young 51, baby. Watch yourself. I'm a young 51. I may be in pain most of the time, but you won't know it. I take my medicine and be walking real strong next to you.
Oh my goodness.
I put my odorless Bengay on these knees and walk real good with you. But I want someone that I want us to be able to fit. It needs to fit. It needs to be a good combination where you not just like them visually, you like them as a person. When you're not around them, you miss them. You like their input on things. That person that you call when you want to run things. You know what, sweetheart? I got an idea. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I got an interview. Pray for me, sweetheart. That's what it is, Quint. I want to be two peas in a pod. Yes. Yes. I want to have the butterflies when I see you. I want you to put on that good cologne. Oh, help me stay safe, Holy Ghost. I want you to smell good, be dressed and fly. Come on, swag. Come on now. You gotta go swag about yourself. Older brothers, you gotta have some swag. Now, I ain't saying put some finger waves in your hair and go. I got nothing but love for you, baby. And you gotta have some 2026 swag. That's right. When you kiss me and I get weak, I get so weak in the knees. I can hardly speak. I lose all control, and something takes over me. In the days, it is so amazing. Come on, 90s R&B. I want a 90s R&B romance, sirs. Come on, forever my lady. Ooh yeah, I ain't having your baby. I can't have no more babies. Oh no. mean, I want that. I want that 90s romance swag. I'm down for you. You down for me. Let's go. Let's get it. Don't come to me with that old maid. No. If you stuck in 1981 and you don't want to be youthful, Latanya Harris Gooden is not for you. If you want to just fuss and be mad at the world all the time and just everything frazzles you and you see nothing funny and nothing fun to do, I ain't the one.
Oh Lord, watch out now.
You would get on my nerves.
Oh,
don't call me fussing. We can talk about things, we can debate about things, but that discussion should transition into, well, baby, how you doing today? I was thinking about you, sweetheart. Let's have some sushi. You want to know my love language, baby? It's sushi, huh?
Sushi. Oh boy.
My love language is sushi. Okay. Get on my nerves. Like, don't you get on my nerves? Do not get on my nerves.
Oh Lord.
We gotta go, bro. I gotta get back to work.
All right, man.
We gonna come back. I want us to do this again. I miss our tag teams.
Yeah, let's do this again, man.
I want us to do it. I'm telling you, there are some people out here are so they looking for a reason to fuss. They don't have no. That's what it is. A lot of my older brothers, the older men, retirement age, y'all gotta have a life. If they don't have children, grandchildren. Some of them don't have a life and they grab a hold to everything and it becomes a news story. What you fussing about now? Hello, woman here. Someone you're pursuing here. Can we talk about us? Is there a what about you? What about me? What about us? What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Make me smile. You know, I like to smile. If life is lifing on a daily basis, your person should be that breath of fresh air. Like, oh, baby, I can't wait to get to our date. Because when I'm with you, hey, woo, come on. 90s R&B speaks volumes when it comes to romance. We had some of the best love songs. You know, back in the 90s. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Remember, we talking about 1990s romance in 2026.
But the love songs back then spoke about real, like butterfly kind of love. You know what I'm saying? Getting weak in the knees and stuff. That's I like that.
Of course, that. I mean, everybody.
We're gonna get out of here. This revival week has been wonderful. This is day 4. Tomorrow is the last day of the revival. I'm talking to the children of Rewrite the Vision, the Verge Youth Podcast, talking about going back to school. We're going to be praying over our students and talking to them about what's on their hearts as we get ready for this new school year. That's right. Real love. I'm searching for. Mary J. Blige wrote the soundtrack to Love. Jodeci, Mary J. Silk. Well, no, meeting in the bedroom though. No meetings in the bedroom. We're gonna stay saved. Okay. Silk. The meeting can be in the boardroom. The meeting can be in the living room. The meetings do not have to be in the bedroom. Not right now. But tomorrow is the kids' job. About 1:00. Bro, it's brought back some memories. We used to always tag team, bro. We got to do this again more often. So I thank you for hanging with me on lunchtime. Thank you all for hanging in. Share, replay, watchers. Let us know you're here. I'll be back tomorrow, y'all. All right, bro. We out.
We out of here. Peace.